So today, lads, we have got new workout footage from Angel Reese, and please, I mean this when I say this. I mean this, like, her jumper it's looking better.
Did you see Angel Reese's new workout video? Her jump shot is a little better, but it still needs a lot of work. That strange sidestep move she keeps doing won't fool any good defender. It's like putting racing stripes on a car with engine problems. I'm breaking down exactly what's wrong with her form and why she's wasting time on moves that don't help her game. In this analysis, you'll see the big flaws in her approach and what she should be working on instead. There's a clear way to fix these problems, but right now, her training is missing the key things that could really level her up. Let's take a closer look at what's going wrong in these viral clips.
Her jump shot, in fairness, is getting a little bit faster. But I'm sorry. You cannot be a consistent shooter unless you are Reggie Miller. Unless you are Reggie Miller, you cannot be a consistent shooter if your arms crossed.
That sidestep jumper still looks rough. Her release is still super awkward and hasn't really improved from last season. She's adding flashy moves, but the basic mechanics are still a problem. The biggest issue is she crosses her arms when she shoots, especially around frame 042, where her shooting hand crosses over her body. No shooting coach would ever teach that at any level.
Anything, to be fair, anything is better than last year. And we saw it on Rivals. Not that she was a great jump shooter or anything, but like, you couldn't stand under the basket to guard her anymore.
Her trainers are posting these clips like they show real progress, but any real basketball coach would spot the problems right away. This form won't hold up against WNBA defenders. When elite players close out on her, that crossed arm motion will get exposed fast. Plus, she's still pushing the ball from her shoulder instead of getting proper lift and follow through. The release is a little faster now, but her elbow placement and release point are still a big issue. These are fundamental problems that will keep her from being a consistent shooter.
She does still release the ball low. It's being able to use her body in a position where she can use her strength to get people so that she's not trying to finish through people. She's still not very good at that.
The numbers don't lie. Reese shot just 28% outside the paint last season, while elite forwards typically hit 35 to 40%. None of the changes in her current form fixed the mechanical flaws that caused those poor numbers. She needs a complete rebuild of her shooting technique. What's worrying is how she's spending valuable training time on sidestep jumpers, which no defender will fall for in real games. Her crossover in the footage is too predictable. This is time that could be better spent fixing the basics instead of adding flashy moves to a shaky foundation.
But also, what coach decides this is what we want to show? Like, what is that? I'm sorry, you couldn't even, 7'3" Zhang Jiu, the Chinese girl who can barely move left and right. You couldn't even beat her with that. Like, what is this?
The footage does show some improvement in her balance, but her elbow placement and release point are still major issues. These flaws will hold her back from reaching her full potential as a scorer.
Low release point can be an advantage. So rather than trying to play to her weaknesses, like, that was the big thing. So like, this is what you really want to see if you are an Angel Reese fan. And do you remember what we saw?
Perhaps the most important issue is how her current form creates an inconsistent arc on the ball. Her shot trajectory is like a plane with a broken altimeter, sometimes too flat, sometimes too high. This inconsistency makes it impossible to develop proper muscle memory. Great shooters repeat the same motion thousands of times, but with Angel's mechanics, it's like she's shooting a different shot every time.
It is, you see it with kids. When a lot of the time kids have the same problem when they're young. When they start shooting out from further, they think instead of using their legs to shoot, they just have weird arm motions because they want to fling the ball. That's probably what it was. It's probably a thing that she started doing when she was younger, throwing it from far away. Or maybe if she didn't shoot the three ball at all when she was younger, it's something that, because she's so used to shooting the mid, instead of working through her legs, her arms start switching. But the further she gets out, the more her arms turn.
Despite all the hype around these workout videos, her jump shot needs a complete rebuild. The current training isn't fixing the core issues with her mechanics, and until those are addressed, she'll keep struggling as a scorer outside the paint.
This is the clip that they're choosing to show. She's back out of Unrivaled, back to her individual trainer. 2 dribbles out, between the legs, and she doesn't move!
What if I told you Angel Reese's biggest problem isn't her broken jump shot, but that she's being trained to play like someone else entirely? It's like watching Shaq practicing crossovers when he should be perfecting drop steps. The disconnect between what makes Angel special and what she's working on in these videos might be the biggest roadblock to her WNBA success. Let's be real about who Angel Reese is as a player. She dominated college basketball as a rebounding machine and an inside force. Her physicality in the paint terrified opponents. During her championship run at LSU, she set an NCAA record with 34 double-doubles in a season, controlling the paint with pure will and athleticism. She was grabbing boards, scoring putbacks, and using her size to overpower defenders. That's her identity. But when you look at these new training videos, it's like watching someone try to turn a Ferrari into a pickup truck. Her trainers have her working on crossovers and sidestep jumpers that don't fit her game at all. These moves are pulling her further away from the areas of the court where she's most dominant.
Do you remember what we saw in her workouts before? We saw standing on the spot, tween, sidestep, move a half an inch one side, jump shot for long two.
The training approach is fundamentally flawed. The crossover they're having her practice is slow and predictable. WNBA defenders would easily stay in position. The sidestep jumper creates almost no separation. Everything in these videos goes against what made her a college star. Successful WNBA players with similar physical attributes, like Tina Charles and Sylvia Fowles, mastered their inside game first, developing unstoppable post moves before expanding their range. They played to their strengths before adding complementary skills.
The dumbest shot in basketball where she's dribbling the ball, going nowhere. Like, she's dribbling the ball standing on the spot, and it shoots a sidestep where she gets where she moves this much sideways.
The proof was clear during Unrivaled. Angel played her best when she abandoned those perimeter moves and went back to what she does best, using her size and strength inside. That's when she earned a spot on the all-Unrivaled second team. What's concerning is what these workout videos don't show. There's no focus on essential post moves that would make her truly unstoppable. Where are the drills for footwork in the post? Where's the work on drop steps, up and under moves, or establishing deep position? These fundamental skills would completely transform her offensive game, but they're missing from the training footage.
Go be dominant on the inside. Go be dominant on the inside. Seal. Work out at a high post. Watch some MMA Saman clips. Work a high-low game. She's not going to be able to spread out the three. Work a high-low game. It can still be effective even with Tyler Marsh. But go high, please hire Elisa Leslie. Like this is what Angel Reese needs to be working on. This is exactly what it is. Like this is what is the big thing.
Instead, we see repetitions of moves that don't match her strengths or playing style. It's like training for a marathon by lifting weights. It's not addressing her real needs. Why this counterproductive approach? These flashy dribble moves are great for social media content. They generate views and likes, even if they don't lead to game success. It's about viral moments over real development. The results speak for themselves. When Angel focused on her inside game during Unrivaled, she excelled. When she tried to be something she's not, she struggled. The correlation couldn't be clearer.
Like, pay Lisa, whatever Lisa Leslie, like you are worth however many million. Pay Lisa Leslie a couple of $100,000 to be your coach.
Remember that brief moment during Unrivaled when Angel's game suddenly leveled up? That wasn't a coincidence, it was the Lisa Leslie effect. When Angel worked with one of the greatest post players in women's basketball history, we saw immediate results. But here's the mind-blowing part. She walked away from that golden opportunity. Instead of doubling down on what was clearly working, she moved on. Lisa Leslie is basketball royalty, a 4-time Olympic gold medalist with perfect post moves and textbook shooting form. Her footwork in the paint was poetry in motion, and her ability to dominate both inside and outside made her the complete package. This is exactly the kind of mentor Angel needs right now. The contrast between Angel's form during those Leslie sessions and what we're seeing now is striking. With Leslie, Angel's movements had purpose and confidence. Her positioning was deliberate, and her footwork was precise. Now, she looks unsure and hesitant, trying to mimic moves that don't fit her natural abilities. It's like switching from a high-definition showcase of her potential to a blurry, unfocused display of her current game.
We saw the workouts that she was doing. We saw her, she was like working on just playing on the inside. She was working on getting post positioning through Lisa Leslie, and that's what she really needs to work on. It's the inside game that's more important than the outside game, because her jump, it needs like more than one off season to fix that jump shot, because let's be real, it's broken.
The footage from Unrivaled tells the whole story. When Lisa Leslie took Angel under her wing, the transformation was immediate. Leslie focused on the fundamentals, getting proper post positioning, establishing a strong base, and using leverage to create scoring opportunities. You could literally see Angel absorbing these lessons and applying them in real time.